Hello and welcome to today's video where I'll be showing you a number of questions that I've asked Dan Reecer, the Vice President of Karura and Acala Network, which are considered pretty much like the latest updates that we've got so far from this team. Ahead of the PARACHAIN auction launch on KUSAMA, which is due this month, if it happens of course, or it could be in April at the latest. Let's hope that. So let's kick this off with question 1, and that's: will Karura's DAPP be accessible using the same DAPP as Acala, or will it have a different link? And this is in relation to the tutorial that I've done on Acala Mandala. If you haven't already watched it, please do. Just search for Acala Mandala or Acala tutorial on my channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it should pop up on the top right hand corner to see what I'm talking about. So his answer to this question was: the plan right now is to have the Karura DAPPS available in the same interface as the Acala DAPPS. Now, they do expect that there will be a drop-down menu in the top corner to switch between Acala, Karura, and the Mandala testnet. So this is quite similar to what we've seen for POLKADOT.js, because when you go to POLKADOT.js, on the top left-hand corner, there's a drop-down where you can switch between different live networks. So their idea is that they're going to follow a similar model with Karura and Acala. Now let's move on to the next question. I understand that there will be a vesting period for token distribution for both Karura and Acala if they successfully bond. What are those vesting periods, and how long till the bidders get 100% of their KAOR or ACA tokens from the KUSAMA and POLKADOT PARACHAIN auctions? And his answer is: first of all, KAOR and ACA will be distributed to the PARACHAIN auction supports as soon as the networks go live. So as a user, you would hold 100% of the tokens, but only a portion of them will be transferable, which means they'll be in a frozen state. The plan with Karura is to have 30% of the tokens liquid and transferable when distributed, and 70% of the tokens vesting linearly over the course of the PARACHAIN slot. For example, if Karura secures a 1-year slot, the tokens would vest over 1 year and all would be liquid and transferable at the end of the 1 year. So there you have it. This was actually a question that I've had on my mind for a long time, and we finally got the answer to this. So let's move on to the third question. I saw in the Acala Mandala testnet DAPPS that there will be XBTC and RENBTC integrated, which will be used as collateral for taking crypto loans. What other big role will CHAINX play on Acala aside from that? And will it differ from REN? So his answer is: at the moment, the plan is to have XBTC, RENBTC, and also POLKABTC from the Interlay team available as cross-chain Bitcoin assets on Acala and Karura. CHAINX is one of the earliest builders in Substrate and have the longest running live Substrate chain. REN protocol focuses more on connecting liquidity from various different layer 1 blockchains rather than purely focused on Substrate or the Polkadot ecosystem. POLKABTC is a fully trustless bridge amongst the three. It will also be a common good parachain in Polkadot. Now, the best thing of all these stacks and the versions of Bitcoin is that people can have a choice, whether they want more trustlessness, convenience, cost efficiency, or else there's a product to suit their needs. As an open DeFi platform, Acala always strives to provide varied product choices for users, and there may even be a Bitcoin swap to make liquidity utilization more efficient and more cost effective. These BTC assets will be used or will be able to be used within Acala and Karura's DeFi platform, including using them as collateral for AUSD or KUSD loans, or using them to provide liquidity to earn LP rewards. And these tokens will also be available for use as gas fee tokens due to their custom feature built in our Acala EVM, which is the Ethereum virtual machine. Now let's move on to the next question. The staking rewards for DOT were quite high in the Acala Mandala testnet DAPP. over 30% last I checked. Is that high percentage from supplying .us liquidity or actual staking rewards? Now his reply to this was that all the numbers in the testnet are examples and should not be seen as potential real numbers. So this goes back to answer our other question that we had back when I did the tutorial on Acala Mandala, and I saw that huge percentage, and I'm sure if you've recently watched that tutorial, you saw the huge staking reward. You are thinking, wow, that's a lot for DOT. Why is Acala paying so much? So there we go. That's just testnet. We shouldn't take that for granted. Let's move on to the next question. Will LAMINAR go live together with Acala or KARURA'S DAPPS? So his reply to this is that LAMINAR, and again, LAMINAR is actually you could think of it like a decentralized leverage trading platform, because you're using your POLKADOT.js wallet to trade on LAMINAR, the LAMINAR platform, which is connected to Acala. I have done a dedicated tutorial on that. But to move on here, so his answer is that LAMINAR was originally planning to launch as a parachain, but it might now launch on Acala as a runtime DApp first and later graduate to be a parachain. However, the timeline of the LAMINAR launch is not yet something that we are ready to release publicly. So let's talk about the next question. Do you eventually plan to interconnect Acala with Karura, or will they always remain separate entities, Karura being the DeFi hub and for KUSAMA, and Acala the DeFi hub for POLKADOT? And his answer is Acala and Karura will always continue to operate together in parallel. POLKADOT and KUSAMA's ecosystems will be bridged, so all assets and DeFi activity on Acala and Karura will be fully interoperable. Karura will always be a bit more adventurous and bold, whereas Acala will only launch features that were launched and confirmed valuable on Karura. We look at Acala and Karura as two branches, just like you'd see a traditional company open branches in two different countries. POLKADOT and KUSAMA communities are quite different and both have strong DeFi demand, so Acala and Karura will be there to serve the DeFi demand of both communities. So there we have it. Let's take a look at the next question. That's what other blockchains aside from Ethereum do you plan to connect to Acala in the near future? And his answer is Acala recently put forth a proposal to the Compound Chain community to build a starport to the Compound Chain. This will allow Acala to build the first gateway to Compound from the Polkadot ecosystem. And their goal is to bring DOT and Liquid DOT, which is known as ETH.DOT, to Compound Chain's money market. They would also like to bring Compound's cash token to Acala for use in DeFi on Acala. Again, you can read more about the plans in the description of the video. I've actually posted a link that he sent me, which is in relation to Acala and Compound Chain's gateway to Polkadot. To continue on here, he's now saying that once the Cosmos to Substrate bridge is completed, we'll see the AUSD token being integrated on injective derivative trading platforms for DOT-based products. They're also providing the liquid staking product LDOT, which is the tokenized stake DOT, to other blockchains and financial service providers as a new type of financial instrument. They're not ready to announce the partner yet, but they will share more info once they're able to. So for the next question, will AUSD be listed on exchanges, or will it only be used within Acala's DAPP and then be swapped for other assets that are tradable? And his response is, just like DAI, USDC or any other stablecoin, AUSD will likely be available in many places within the crypto ecosystem. The tokens are decentralized assets, so what exchanges do is out of our control. So basically what he's saying here is that exchanges can go ahead and list AUSD if they wish so. Let's look at the next question. And that is, do you plan to host any airdrops on Acala once you bond as a parachain? And his response is, Acala's parachain auction process will involve a token distribution event to any supporters who help bootstrap Acala. So we can safely assume that there are no plans to provide any more airdrops other than this, because you're basically getting ACA airdropped to you, or KEOR in the case of Karura. So there we go. And for the final question, what makes you most excited about Acala? And his response was, Acala is building the DeFi hub of Polkadot, and Karura is bridging DeFi to the KUSAMA community. Both are going to bring a flurry of new innovation and liquidity to the Polkadot and KUSAMA ecosystem. The PARACHAIN and DAPPS will all be composable, meaning that they will be building blocks that developers can use for exponential innovation. We are strong believers in the multi-chain future and are really excited to see a whole multi-chain ecosystem emerge in the coming months and years. So there you have it. These were the questions I've asked him. These were the answers. I hope you enjoyed this video. And on Monday next week, I've actually got an interview booked with Dan Reecer to discuss KUSAMA and also Acala Network. So hopefully we'll get even more information then, or maybe it's going to be differently explained directly from the mouth of Dan Reecer, which is of course much different than a person like myself or any other content creator explaining it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, bye bye.